I would like to start with two examples. First example will be this pen pull stitch that if you want to try to make it, you can try to check over here. Second example is this that you probably already know how to make. It's a superbrick stitch. I'll give links down below how to make it. And what I would like to do, basically, in my next few videos, I would like to show you how to write things down in a sheet of paper. And this will be a tool for me to explain how to make stitches. So what is written here is the representation of these stitches. So this is for the pineapple, and this is for the superbrick. As you can see, these three things here, you see here are the stitches themselves, and these three are the position of the strings were before or after making the stitch. So I'll give two examples. For example, this string here, as you can see, is starting from here, and then making the stitch, it will go to here. So next time it will be over here. Here it's a little bit hard to tell, and I'll explain later on in this video, but basically this string will come from here to here, and then you need to turn it a little bit in a certain degree, and then it will be, I think, this string. So next time it will be over here. So what else you can see is starting positions. So I call them starting positions, or you can say ending position, the same thing. So these positions are, you can see that these are the same positions, but you can make different stitches with them. So it's kind of obvious, but you need to realize this. Okay, let's move on to another page. We saw in a previous video that you have two options for a 1x1 position, either a left hand or a right hand, and that will be the same for the other sizes. So for example, to 2x1, the farthest string that points towards B is on the left here, the farthest string is point toward B is on the right. The same will be if I turn it in 90 degrees, so here is on the left, here is on the right, and you can see on the 2x2, you can see also the farthest string here is on the left, the farthest string here is on the right, and so on. For a 3x1, if you turn it in 9 degrees, it will stay the same. This is the left hand, right hand, and right hand. Okay, so now I'm going to give you some examples, another example. So here is a 2x1 stitches. Maybe you can see this is a twist. This is something that will be a spoiler for the next video. And as you can see, I want to show you that this is, for example, the left hand position, and this one is a right hand. You can see if I turn it, it's hard to tell, but you can see this string is on the right, and this string is on the left. Oh, as you can see, farthest string here is on the left. Okay, next example. I'm gonna give you some. This is another superbrick, and you can see here this one would be a right hand position because the string points toward me here is on the right. Again, if I flip here 90 degrees, is going to stay on the right. This one is a nice one, but it's another 3x1, and yeah, you can see this one is on the left. So a left hand position, you can see the farthest string is on the left, first string is on the left, and this one is the right hand. Last two examples. This one, you can see this one is actually another nice one. Maybe it will be for my title of this video. And you can see again, you have here a left hand position because the string points toward B here is on the left, farthest string here is on the left, and this one is quite boring, but this one is on the right. You can see our strings points, the string points toward B is on the right. One nice thing for this video is in many cases the stitch will be turned into a certain angle. So for example, for a left hand 3x1, you make this stitch here, our string is going to be in a certain angle, and then you get something like that. It's again a left hand 3x1, so you can write it back like that. Same goes, for example, for a right hand 1x1, you make a circle stitch, and then you get something like that, and this is again a right hand 1x1, so you can write it back as a right hand 1x1, like the beginning. The one last thing is if you turn into 90 degrees, this is a special case, and you can see here I have here a right hand 2x1. You make this stitch to turn into 90 degrees. So I'm usually going to stick with this, but if I'll tell you, maybe sometimes I'll write it like that, but I'll tell you when is when. But usually I'm going to stick with this. So that is it for this video, and bye bye.